Hello, welcome back to my channel. It's Tia and I'm doing a car vlog, and I'm doing something a little bit different because I'm going to talk reality TV. You may not know this, but I have been watching reality TV since it started, and I have some really old school reality TV shows that I have watched. I have a series that I've watched multiple times. But I just wanted to talk about some of the reality TV shows and things that I've been watching and the different things that are happening with them, and just talk about reality TV. So if that is something that you want to do, let's do that. Right now, it is April 5th or 6th. Right now, the whole Vanderpump Rules, Scandavol, all of that has hit. And they just taped the reunion, so this is sort of where we're at in time. I'll try to edit this really quickly and get it back up. But some of the stuff that I'm watching right now, so the Vanderpump Rules. Now, I was an old school Vanderpump Rules. I watched it for a long time. Then it started getting really weird and dark with stuff that's going on with Jax and Stassi and some of the stuff. So I shied away from it for a few seasons, I think everybody else. And then it came back. And a lot of people were saying when it returned back, it would be okay, we'll return back one time. It'll be sort of the completion. Lala has a baby. Sheena has a baby. All this kind of stuff. And then it just kept getting good and good and good and gooder. And now, this Scandavol is happening. So if you haven't watched Vanderpump Rules, you're going to need to, because it's good. And also, I can't catch you up on everything. So what's happening is that Tom has cheated on Ariana. They've been together almost 10 years. They have a great life together. And, well, she thought, seemingly. But he has been cheating with Raquel, who is James Kennedy's ex-fiance. And now everybody's losing their mind about it. So, my opinions about this may be, not popular opinions, but these are just my 2 cents on the whole Scandavol thing. In general, being cheated on, horrible. Being cheated on in the public eye,
I can't even imagine, has to be devastating.
I am a very small creator, and the amount of people who say things about my personal life or pry in, I think is too much just for the little bit, so I can't imagine being a reality TV star. I don't want to be on that bandwagon of well, if you put yourself out there online, then you basically deserve all the crap that you get.
No, man, that's not how that works.
Are you opening yourself up to scrutiny and maybe less privacy? Okay, sure. But I mean, I don't think no matter what you're doing, you automatically open yourself up to being treated like crap or people saying horrible, disgusting things to you. So I do not subscribe to that at all. Not at all. So I guess overall this is going to be sort of the unpopular opinions probably. But, so I don't believe that, just because you are in the public eye, that just opens you up to any type of scrutiny and ridiculous things. However, reality TV or not, these are paid performers. There's so much editing involved. Do I think this is a real thing? Yes. Do I think this is really happening? Absolutely. But some of the, I think, feedback and comments that people get with regard to this whole Scandavol thing, these are paid actors. These are people who wanted to be in entertainment. They willingly did this season after season after season. And so you do have to keep that in mind a little bit. But the thing that I feel people are not... I feel like there's a lot of hypocrisy going on. For instance, Tom has cheated in the past. Some of the relationships, I don't care how bad or how good they are, he has cheated. He cheated on Kristen. His start to his relationship with Ariana wasn't 100% clear. There was a lot of boundary crossing, period. The other thing is just Jax did the same thing, and he was oh, that's Jax, he just cheats. I feel Rachel's getting all this. I'm calling her Rachel. I do not want to call her Rachel. Her stage name is Raquel. That's the name she goes by. It's kind of like Jax. His real name isn't Jax. People are insisting on calling her Rachel. I think it's kind of rude, because that's not the name she goes by. I go by Tia, which is not my legal name, but that's the name I want to use and I'm comfortable with and I've been using my whole life. So if somebody were to insistently call me a name that I did not want to be called, I just feel like that it's just so rude. And I guess I feel like she's getting so much heat, and almost more heat than Tom Sandoval. Like, I'm not saying she did the right thing. I don't think that she did, you know, but it doesn't make her more responsible than it does Tom. Like, yes, Ariana was her friend, and that's a horrible thing. So, like, I guess I just don't think that there's anybody that's more or less responsible outside of the fact that, you know, Tom made a commitment to be in a relationship with Ariana. At the end of the day, you know, I sometimes feel like women get really mad at the girl that a guy cheats with, when it's like, A, you don't know what he's telling her. B, you know what I mean? Like, at the end of the day, he's the one that's supposed to be being faithful to you. So your energy and your heat should be all towards him, which it does kind of appear that Ariana's energy and heat is. I haven't, you know, none of us have seen the reunion yet or whatever, but it just seems like other people have a lot of heat for Raquel. And again, yes, because it's like friends, but it's like Kristen cheated, you know. The other thing that killed me was, like, Lala's like, yeah, I basically slept with your boyfriend while you were together. And when she had a problem, when Raquel had a problem with it, well, I was like, just get over it. Like, to me, I'm like, what are you talking about? Again, still, like, everything that's going on with Lala is absurd to me. Like, she is just a walking hypocrisy. Like, for her to be, you know, spouting off and being the voice piece of anything, it's like, you know what I mean? Like, clean up your own yard before you start commenting on other people's. That's all I'm saying. But, so, like, overall, the personal takeaway I get from it is just something that I have been thinking about, like, in my own personal life. It's that I think as women, we really have to learn to trust our gut more. We need to learn to see the red flags for what they are. And I think that we need to learn to explore yellow flags a little bit more. I mean, there was a lot of things like the Miami girl and just other things that seemed a little bit off in terms of, you know, the Tom and Ariana thing. And, you know, there was behavior of his that people were saying, it's like, where there's smoke, there's fire, you know, and I believe that people can mature and they can change, but I also believe that, you know, people cannot, you know. And so I hope that we would stop breaking this idea that we're going to be the one that's going to change this person. We're going to be the one that they're going to love so much that they're not going to do any of this, that, and the other thing that they've done in the past. You know, as someone with a degree in behaviorism, as I do, you know, the best predictor of future behavior is past behavior. That's not to say that you can't ever interrupt cycles and learn and grow, but there usually has to be some type of, like, actual intervention, whether it's therapy or some other thing, you know. If someone's being accused of doing a behavior that they have done multiple times in the past, I'm not saying you just, like, jump, especially when you're in the public eye, to every little thing, but there's nothing wrong with doing a little bit of investigation, or to have your eyes open a little bit more, or to lean in. It's okay. It doesn't mean, like, you don't trust the person or what have you. You know, it just means you're doing your due diligence, and you're allowed to ask questions, and you're allowed to explore things. So that's what I have to say right now on the whole Scandavol thing. I just cannot wait to see the reunion, and actually there's a lot in the rest of this season, because, you know, they picked up, like, they were done filming, and then as soon as this whole scandal broke, they, like, picked right back up. So I would really like to see sort of the fallout. I'm interested to see what Tom has to say. Like, there's no excuse. If you don't want to be with someone, if you don't love them anymore, if things aren't going right in your relationship, then leave. Work it out. Say, you know, we're gonna go our separate ways. I think another unpopular, opinion, and this is totally not to mitigate any behaviors, but, you know, I was in a relationship with someone who originally did not want kids, and then I had already had my child, and then when he did want kids, I unfortunately could no longer have children. And so our relationship ended for a lot of reasons, but that was one of them, because, you know, having children is just one of those things. Either way, either you really want children or you really don't. It's very difficult to compromise on. You know, it's not like I want to live in the country, I want to live in the city. This is like whether you're going to have children, a legacy, a family, or not. I always saw that as a viewer, like, you know, Ariana was very adamant that she didn't want a family, totally her right, and I respect that, because I don't think you should have kids unless you really want them, because they're not easy. But Tom really did, and I think he was always thinking like Ariana will come around, and I wish he would have opened his eyes and really listened and considered what she was saying, because she's never swayed. Like, even on the marriage thing, she kind of was like, meh. Like, but for the most part, she's like, I don't want to get married, I don't have kids. Like, if someone tells you that, believe them. And if that's, like, something you really, really want, then that's a deal breaker for you. Like, and you know, don't pin your star and hope on that they're going to change their mind. If these are things that you really, really want in your life, don't compromise, and then don't punish someone else who's openly said that they don't want those things, and then kind of put it on them like they haven't fulfilled those. Well, they were like totally told you over and over and over again they weren't going to do it. So that's just one thing to consider as well. So that's what I have to say about Vanderpump Rules. I know this is like not normal content for me, or like the way other people do it. I can talk more about it and have more like clearer thoughts, but I just wanted to like chat